KwaZulu-Natal was plunged into a crisis due to the unprecedented destruction of commercial properties and shopping malls. Even the state admitted it was ill-prepared for the ferocity and the extent of the attacks on businesses. In a Zoom panel debate organized by the Northwest University Business School under the theme Investment in a Climate of Civil Disobedience, the institution suggested that successful economies were highly reliant on the trust between the state and societies. But the recent looting, burning and destruction of businesses in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng elicited divergent views, including among the panelists, as to the root cause of it all.
This is a family feud, and the family has mafia aspects to it, and the rest of us are collateral damage. And so this is, an ANC, and I would have loved for Mr. Phosa to have spoken so that he lays out exactly what is going on within the ANC. But this is an internal ANC battle between members of the ANC and likely members outside of the ANC and other political parties. And what they have done is that they have targeted the economy in directly by destroying aspects of of our economy.
1994 raised high expectations in our people, and we inherited a society with huge inequalities. The issue at the high end is socio-economic problems which we have in this country, which can be ignited. The powder keg can be ignited by anything. And this week, what we saw, the powder keg was ignited by just a man who did not want to respect our constitution and created a lot of noise around it. Now, if you remove what Thabi is saying, you can remove it. The inequalities won't go away. The poverty won't go away. The unemployment won't go away. The fact that there are these factions in the ANC which cannot be denied cannot elevate them beyond what they are. They are just factions which fight all the time, and then they ignited an already boiling powder keg. A thorough, deep-going analysis, it will say the causes are socio-economic.
Where then does the aftermath of civil discontent leave investors? A relationship that has to be regularly analyzed.
The fact that the currency didn't respond in the way that we thought it should have responded tells me that investors are, even the portfolio investors that are very, the ones that are very opportunistic. They bring their money and they take it out whenever they are uncomfortable in a country. They actually stayed. The rand didn't weaken as much as we thought that it would weaken. So in terms of their risk appetite, it tells me that they are willing to take the risk on South Africa regardless of how noisy it is. I mean, we've never seen this in a very long time, since the 80s, and yet our investors stuck it through.
Panelists say the state of governance also forces a response from investors.
In 1994, nobody received a grant. Now, 18 million people receive a grant every month, and during COVID, another 10 million. So where does the socioeconomic issue come in here? The pathetic management of our public service is just, it is a crying shame. End of 2015, when we had a weekend special for a finance minister, it dropped to 27. It was a decline of 43% in foreign direct investment. State capture is also obviously one of the reasons, and what goes hand in hand with it.
The panel also disagreed on whether or not President Cyril Ramaphosa authorized the deployment of the South African National Defence Force very late. But Dr. Phosa insists socio-economic conditions were a driving force behind the looting.
Ramaphosa was my classmate for 4 years. He has always been like that. He has always been taking time to take decisions. He's very slow and he wastes things. He's very careful. But the people who have no food to eat, who have no jobs, and who cannot talk past them with eloquence, they watch the situation and they're impatient. And I repeat, what lies at the base of this thing is the hungry, the poor, and the unemployed. who can be exploited by anybody. It doesn't have to be RET. Anyone can exploit them.
But there is concurrence that many businesses which will close following last week's mayhem will not recover. Tebogo Phakedi, SABC News, Mahikeng.